Hey guys, so here's your Tuesday, the 28th programming. We're going to give you some options of different, for all the different equipment needed. We've got a few new people that have kind of never trained with us before, so that might, we might have to kind of explain things a little more detailed. But yeah, so we're going to start with 2 rounds in a warm-up, not for time. We're just going to kind of complete that list twice. Bat wings are, you're just going to lay on the ground. You're going to get into this hollow position, so you're going to get your legs off the ground, arms off the ground, thumbs up. Arms are going to be straight all the way around. Turn them over, touch your thumbs together. Slow. Okay, so you're trying to, like that should be hard to do 10 in a row. So if you need to break along the way, just relax, let your upper body and lower body down for a second, and then get into it again. But try not to just kind of flail. Okay. You're just going to do wherever space you got, whether in your front yard, you've got some room, you can do 10 meters. If you don't have some room, don't have a lot of room, you're in the basement or something, you can do some bear crawls. I'm just going to do like 10 steps, 3, 4. Okay. So nothing special. Doesn't really matter too much about your numbers. Then you do crowd walks, forwards or backwards. Same idea. You're going to get your hips up. You're going to walk forwards. 10 steps one way, or 10 steps the other way, or 5 and 5, or go in a circle. Whatever you got to do to get moving on those crowd walks. And then you're going to do step ups. You can use your stairs. You can use your deck. You can use a box. You can use a solid chair or something. Just 10 step ups. Stand up all the way. Okay. Switch legs each one. But you're not in a hurry in this warm up. You're just trying to complete the list twice. Okay. For the strength, you're gonna kind of lift at like a medium intensity. So every minute and a half you're gonna lift. The reps are gonna change with what equipment you got. If you have a bar, and I'd say if you've trained with us before, you probably might be using a bar. If you haven't trained with us before, you're probably gonna be using a dumbbell or a med ball or something like that. But if you're doing barbell, it's gonna be 3 reps every minute and a half. It'll be a power clean, so it'll be from the ground. You're going to be doing basically it's a deadlift, and then you're going to raise up to power position and jump it up to the shoulder, and then you're going to go up to overhead, right? Then we're going to bring the bar down close on the way down, back down to the ground, keep the back straight, let your shoulders drop from the knee to the ground, touch. Right? One motion down. Okay, so 3 touch and go. Biggest thing for these ones is that you're keeping the bar close. So if you do, if you kind of get the bar out here, then your jump turns into that. If I put the bar out here, I kind of look like that. I'm trying to get the bar going up in that straight line. So I'm trying to get everything to be going up straight on the way down. I don't want to kind of put it out here because that's going to kind of make my next one look like that because it's away from me. I'm trying to get the bar either onto my shoulders with the elbows back in front, and then down in the pockets, and then close on the way down, or I'm trying to bring the bar down right to the thigh, kind of bypassing the shoulder, but balance, right? So my feet are flat on the ground, touch. Right? So if you have a bar, make sure you got the skills to do that, but it doesn't need to, like, for some of you guys, you're going to build up as you go, but it's 12 sets, which is a lot for a combo like this. So it's going to start out really easy and light, and if you're adding quite a bit of weight, it's going to get pretty tough to kind of get the heart rate under control and keep the lifts looking good. So I know a lot of you guys only have kind of like a set number of weights. Maybe you can't add every time. You're going to pick something that's kind of, a little bit heavy, but not like above your skill level, and you're going to stick to that every set, okay? So at 0, 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9, 10.5, 12, 13.5, 15 minutes, I think 16:30 would be the last starting time of the last set, which is a lot, right? Usually we're doing 10 sets or something like that, and usually there's some every minute in there, okay? So if you don't have a bar, which is most of you, you're gonna be either doing, most people have a dumbbell, some people have a kettlebell, some people have a med ball. I'm gonna go over the one that most people have is the dumbbell. So you're gonna do clean and jerk 6 times on one side and 6 times on the other side, depending on your weight. So if this is the, an average weight for you that you think you could do 6 in a row on one side, then 6 in a row on the other side, maybe that takes you like, say, 20 seconds to do the one side, 20 seconds to do the other side. You got 40 seconds done to do that. You get almost a minute of rest, and then you can start again on the next minute. So it'll be clean and jerk. So you're gonna be going from the ground between the legs here to the shoulder, get the back of the dumbbell on the shoulder, and then use your legs to press it overhead. On the way down, you're either gonna go to the shoulder again, and then between the legs, and then back straight on the way down. Right? So there's 2. I'm gonna keep going to the ground. I'm gonna turn profile here. So I'm gonna keep it close on the way down. I don't want it to go out that way, so it's close, close, back straight to the bottom, touch. Right? So you usually get that by looking forward, right? If I look down on the dumbbell, then I kind of lose that back position, okay? So after 6, I'm gonna switch arms. Right, and drive it up using the legs. Okay, so I don't want to just press it like that, okay? So if I could, hopefully I have a heavier dumbbell that I kind of need to do that a little bit. You could also adjust your reps a little bit. So if you have a dumbbell that's a little heavy to do 6 and 6, maybe doing 4 and 4, and making it kind of like, still challenging that you can keep up with the clock, but you might have to adjust those numbers a little bit, okay? If it's kettlebell, it takes a little more skill to do this, so I would use a dumbbell for this one if you are a little newer and you have the option. But you're gonna kind of do a kettlebell clean, you're gonna deadlift it the same way, jump into the shoulder, and you're gonna get the knuckle under your chin, and you're making a little rack position with this dumbbell is resting on the bicep, and then you're gonna use your legs and press. Okay, on the way down, touch. Okay. After your 6, you're gonna do 6 on the other side. Okay. If you have a plate, a plate and med ball, those ones you kind of need to do 2 hands. So if you only have a plate, whatever weight, you're gonna find a weight that you can do 6 clean and jerks total. So you're gonna go, or again, pick a number as well. So you're gonna go deadlift to the ground, get it up to here, and press. Okay? I would say, like if this was my weight, I'd probably have to add some reps. Maybe I'm doing 10 to 15 every minute and a half. Okay, if I've got a ball, same idea. 2 hands. I'm going to use ground to get the ball from ground to the shoulder, shoulder overhead, ground to the shoulder, shoulder overhead. Okay? So yeah, play around with your numbers. So you should be kind of, max working about 45 seconds, and then you're getting about 45 seconds of rest, right? If you're working 45 seconds straight, the heart rate's gonna be really high, that you need that 45 seconds, especially a few sets into this. At the beginning, it's gonna seem like it's not gonna be that bad. The last 4 or 5 minutes are gonna be tough, okay? Yeah, and then the WOD today is a ton of double unders, so, and then we're kind of just, some people struggle with doubles, they might not be as consistent, especially if you're tired. So you're just gonna get as far as you can. So 16-minute time cap. You're gonna do, you're gonna start with the WOD with 6 burpees, chest to the ground, and jump and clap. Make sure chest hits, and make sure you get off the ground with your jump and your hands over your head. Other than that, I don't care if you step down or step out or step in, whatever. you're trying not to sprint those so much. You're trying to do them fast enough to kind of bank some time to be able to do some double unders, but not do them so fast that you can't skip. So you're kind of trying to play with that a little bit. So if that takes me 20 seconds to do 6 burpees, I've got 40 seconds to try to get some double unders before the time runs out, and I gotta do 6 burpees again. So every minute I'm gonna do 6 burpees all the way till the end, and hopefully I can get to 500 double unders by the end of it, right? So the hard part might be keeping track of your number. Like it might, if you're sort of doing skipping right to the minute, you might kind of, when you put down the rope and start doing burpees, you might kind of lose track of where you were at. So maybe you're either writing that down or saying the number in your head a few times or something, and you're just adding to that number. Or say you set a nice round number, I'm going to do 25 every set, I'm going to do 50 every set, or I'm going to do whatever, okay? Then that might be easier to keep track. Scaling options for people that having a hard time, so you can either scale to single skips, you could scale to, if you're good at singles, I would do 1,000. If I'm not so good at singles, I would do 500. That's still a lot. If scaling options for the burpees, I would start with 6 burpees. But if you find if you get to a minute where you can't do 6, so say there's a minute, like 5 minutes into this workout, I do 6 burpees and I don't get a skip in, right? Because it took me a whole minute to do the 6 burpees. The next minute I'm gonna do 5 at home, right? So I'm gonna do 5 burpees. Hopefully that gives me a little bit of time to do some skips, and then I'm gonna keep reducing every time I don't get any skips in. So if I might be down to 2-3 burpees by the end. So everyone's gonna start with 6, and then you're just gonna drop off a burpee every time you don't get, every time there's a minute that happens that you don't get a skip in, you're gonna lower the burpee number. But the goal is for bare minimum, for the RX people, the goal is to keep doing the 6 and getting at least some skips in, right? Even if it's 5 to 10. I know a lot of people won't finish this unless you're really great at skipping, but it should be a good little test, okay? Yeah, so fire me the questions if you have them on how to scale it differently or equipment options and stuff like that, but should be a good one, okay? Good luck, guys.